Okay, so my opponent brought some really big surprises. I wasn't really expecting the Charizard to come, nor was I really expecting the Annhilape to come, but both ended up coming, so I'll have to deal with that. In terms of expected leads, I think he's probably going to lead either the Blastoise to get a slow flip turn off, or just Sneasler to get kind of a fast attack off. He could also potentially lead the Excadrill in order to get Rocks off, which I'm starting to now realize I brought absolutely no hazard removal, so that would be very fair on his end. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to lead my Mr. Coin. My Mr. Coin has a decent amount of speed on it, so it should be able to outspeed that Screamtail and Iron Head it before it can really do anything. And if he goes out into Blastoise, I could just go immediately out into my Annihilape and eat the potential flip turn and start getting my boosts off. I'm still a little bit jet lagged, so I might not be quite as energetic as usual, but I'll try my best to keep this entertaining. So he goes Blastoise. Okay, fair enough. I go Mr. Coin, and here I'm just gonna go immediately out into my Annihilape, start getting my Rage Fist boosts. If he reveals Shell Smash, that really catches me off guard, but that is what we'll do. My guess is this Blastoise is probably gonna Aura Sphere or Flip Turn. I think Flip Turn's more likely. It's because he has switch-ins to my Gambit. So I switch out, bring my Annihilape in. I imagine you Flip Turn here. If you raw Water Spout, you got me good, but wait, does Blastoise even get Water Spout? Vital Spirit activates. I guess I brought the wrong ability on Annihilape this week. That's a little awkward, but it works out okay here. I think I'm just gonna fire off Close Combat. I mean, what can this really do to me? Not a whole lot. It's not like he has... Oh no, he does have a Close Combat switch in the Screamtail. Oh, and I'm... yeah, so I'll U-turn probably on the Screamtail. If he stays in and flip turns, I'll regret it. No, he switches out. Okay. Let's see. Who does he go out here? Isabelle. Who is that? Screamtail, like I expected. Is this going to be Rocky Helmet? Does very little. It's Rocky Helmet, Screamtail. Okay. That's going to be good to know throughout the game. So Screamtail, Rocky Helmet. It's not running any like booster shenanigans. Here I can actually go out into my Mr. Coin, kind of freely fire off an Iron Head. Which... Is there any reason not to? I mean, I know Screamtail gets potential Drain Punch. I know that Blastoise could potentially come in and be like a Rocky Helmet set as well. I could go out into my Weavile, aggressively start setting up. I can go out into my Fardersby, which I don't think he brought Spectrier, so it's not really quite as necessary. I'll go with my Fardersby. I think he has better punishes. He has a better punish in my Kingambit in his Blastoise than he has for this. So I'm just gonna Blood Moon here. He'll do a Lord Chunk. If this gets up rocks, it gets up rocks. Generally okay. I want Chip on this. Is because Chip on this creates a situation where my Weavile endgame looks absolutely amazing here. Like, his Weavile switch-ins are very iffy, and honestly, realistically, is only the Screamtail. And I imagine the Screamtail is running... He switches out. Okay. Preserves HP on the Screamtail. Goes out into this. Is this going to be like AV? AV definitely is possible. We'll find out from this calc. That is not AV. He just lets it take that amount of damage. Okay. I just want to check his Pokemon to see if he did bring, like, something I need to keep this healthy for. Could be useful for Undead. Yeah, I could still use my Fardersby to check that Undead as... Unfortunately, I did not speed group my Gambit correctly. Like, I thought in prep that Undead had base 85 speed, but it has base 95 speed, and I imagine it's speed crept for my Annihilate. Yep, that does very little. I think I have no reason not to Rage Fist here, so I'm just gonna Rage Fist. Potentially take this out. As I currently have a base 100 Rage Fist, and his Ghost Resist is non-existent as he opted to bench his Weavile. Sorry, not his Weavile, his Tyranitar. So he has to take a sack here. I imagine it's going to be this Blastoise. I don't really see a reason for him to keep this alive, especially since I revealed Vital Spirit. Yep, he elects to let this go down. I get my Rage Fist off. Take out the Blastoise. So Blastoise gone. That, That opens up my ability to Iron Head a bit more freely, which is good. I think his only Iron Head switch-in now is Charizard, maybe? Yeah, I really messed up with my Gambit EVs. My Gambit could have been so good here. I don't think he would have speed crept for Scarf Gambit. Okay, so he goes out into this, gets the Psychic Surge off. I don't have a switch-in for this, honestly. I know this is terrifying. I don't think he's going to raw go for the fighting move. So, wait, why am I not knock-off on... Oh, I was supposed to be knock-off on this. That sucks. I'm just going to go out into this. If he raw goes for the fighting move, really good on him. If he goes for Dazzling Gleam, I'll take one Dazzling Gleam. But, I can't believe I'm not running knockoff on Weavile. I literally thought in prep... I was literally thinking in prep that Dark coverage was so good into him, but I guess I must have misgendered or something and accidentally put... I accidentally put Sword Stance on it. That's unfortunate. So I imagine you don't Terra here. Substitute. Okay. So we know he's not choiced, which is good. I'm gonna Terra here as I'll be able to take one hit from this after I Terra. And I'll Terra Blast because why not? So he's Substitute Undead. That's really good to note. And honestly, Substitute Undead was really good to bring on this end, as both my Psychic immunities tend to be really weak to fighting moves, are like quad weak. So he's going to think about this for a while. He's probably playing the 50-50 mind game of should he Terra Blast or should he just go for the Expanding Force. His best play is to go for Terra Blast, as that's kind of the middle ground play, which is why I'm Terraing. If he goes for Expanding Force, that's super aggressive, and I wouldn't really expect that in this situation. He is Terraing. Okay, yep, he's going for the Terra Blast. But I'll be able to take one Terra Blast and play from there. I want it to be really aggressive. I could Sword Stance in this phase, but I'm not going to. I know that the Screamtail can potentially switch in, which I think it might, as he revealed Rocky Helmet. So I think it's like Rocky Helmet max defense for this Weavile. So I break the sub. Terra Blast like I expected. Now Undead has really bad physical bulk, so I don't think he's going to stay in here and risk a potential ban. So I'm actually going to make kind of an aggressive play in Sword Stance. If he expects it, good on him. But that's what I'm going to do. It's because I can potentially take Undead out here if I am a ban Weavile, which I'm not. Yep, he fears the ban Weavile, which I expect him to fear. So he's probably going to go out as Screamtail here. Yep, goes out as Screamtail. The ideal is if he Thunder Waves me, as I am rocking Lumberry on this specifically to be able to deal with potential Screamtail. So I get my Sword Stance off. He knows I'm not banned, but I will be able to get a very big Icicle Crash off. And I'm doing that to kind of play for clinches, as I don't want to take damage on my O2 Bandit if it's not necessary for me to take the damage. So he's going to think about this here for a while. This is a tough turn for him, honestly. Actually, can my Weavile potentially win? My Weavile actually does potentially win if that's not a Scarf Charizard and if that's not Scarf Sneasler. He has to play a 50-50 with Excadrill of will I low kick or will I Terra Blast him. So that Sword Stance was actually huge. I think you have to Thunder Wave here if you're the Screamtail. Encore. Okay, Encore is good for him too. But that's okay. I'm okay with being Encored. I'll be able to take out this Screamtail in the process, as he has absolutely no Icicle Crash switch in with the Charizard down. Sorry, not the Charizard, with the Blastoise down. So he's gonna have to take a sack here. I imagine it's gonna be this Weavile. It's gonna be the Screamtail. A Screamtail is kind of unnecessary for him at this point. I mean, it's nice for Rocky Helmet Chip, maybe like to get a Wish off. But at the same time, what is he going to sack? Rotom's valuable as because I don't have a good Electric Grass switch in. Charizard, I imagine, is probably running some funny Belly Drum set or something. Excadrill is one of it. Yeah, he's okay. I was going through the motions, but I knew that was eventually going to happen. He just elects to sacrifice his Screamtail, which does make fighting moves free into him, which is really good for my Annihilape, as now he has his only fighting resist is that Sneasler. And Sneasler isn't exactly known for his physical bulk. The big sneeze. Okay. Yep, he goes for this. I think I have to sack... I think I have to sack this here, as I can't really afford... Yeah, I can't afford just getting like a Swords Dance off of this turn. It's because if he is... actually, can I afford it? Let me think. He could be like sword... Does Sneasler get Swords Dance taunt? I should have checked that beforehand. If that's the only way that Sneasler is going to be able to break through my Toxapex. It does get Swords Dance taunt. Okay. In that case, I think I have to Icicle Crash here. As much as I don't want to make that play. Yeah, it's because I can't afford him getting Swords Dance off this turn. Acrobatics, okay. Fine, he takes out my Weavile. Weavile was a very good win condition for me, and honestly was one of my only ways of talking that Charizard, so it probably was a bad mistake to let him take it out. But it's okay. I think that was a play I had to make, unfortunately. So now I go out into this. I can fire off Chilling Waters. I can kind of haze this if he is a Swords Dance set. It's because he revealed Acrobatics, so he would have to be Swords Dance, Taunt, Acrobatics, and Fighting Move. Which if he is that set, my Comfy will be able to relatively check this. So I'm just going to Chilly Water. If you're Swords Dance, you Swords Dance here. I could also have went for the Toxic Spikes, but... Yeah, Swords Dance. So he is the Swords Dance set, fine. I'm running Haze, I'll be able to check this. If he is taunt, good on him, but he would need to be running no poison move, which is really risky for him to do. So I imagine you go for taunt here if you are running taunt. No, you're not running taunt. Okay. We do take an Acrobatics basically all day. We will get our Haze off. Big Haze. And yeah, we should be able to wall this. Yeah, we could just keep on pressing Recover and hazing him whenever he Swords Dances. And eventually he's going to be in my Comfy range. So that's okay. We Recover, he Swords Dances, I Haze, he Acrobatics, and we'll just kind of play this very stally out game. Okay, so he is running Taunt. Fair enough. So he is going to be able to eventually take out my Toxapex, but that's okay. My Toxapex is going to go down, and hopefully after all that chip, he will eventually be in my Comfy range. I don't really need Toxapex with what he has left. Toxapex is going to be fodder for the Charizard. And yeah. Swords Dance, fine. He's probably going to keep Swords Dancing until eventually he can one-shot me, I imagine. So I'm just going to spam Chilling Water. He's probably going to aggro here. He could also... Oh no, he's probably going to Swords Dance this because he probably doesn't want to take the Rocky Helmet chip. No, he does aggro. Okay. We take that. Takes the Rocky Helmet chip. We get our next Chilly Water off. Lowers attack even further. Now he's back at neutral. We shake off the taunt. And I can go out into Comfy here, which will be able to take the hit. I think my Toxapex should be able to take it too, though. Yeah, Acrobatics doesn't take me out here. So I am just going to Chilly Water. It does take... that was dumb of me then. If I had no reason to sack off my Toxapex, I could have went very freely into my Comfy and soft check this. Yeah, that was really, really stupid of me. Oh no. And he could go out of... he could go out into Charizard the turn after. I didn't play that well. If he's going to be able to get a free turn on Charizard, get a free substitute off, and from there potentially win the game. Okay, so he likes to preserve the Sneasler. Goes Guacamole, the Excadrill. Okay, I'm okay with the Excadrill here. I know he's Terra Water. Air Balloon and Terra Water. Interesting. Big Balloon. I think this is the turn I'll sack my Gambit. Because Gambit doesn't really do a whole lot, I misgen the speed. Well, I did misgen the speed, but I got ended his speed tier wrong, so it's not going to be able to do as much as I was hoping it to do. And if he does go for Storage Dance, okay, generally fine. But I imagine the Gambit's going to force him to... I imagine you're Iron Heading here, but I imagine once I go Gambit, you have to Earthquake, because you can't afford... You can't really afford Gambit getting a Sword Stance off and getting out of hand. I really shouldn't have sacked Weavile. I had no reason to sack Weavile there, but I could have won Peck so freely. He goes for Sword Stance. Yep. I think I just Kato Cleave here. This is my my Comfy is always going to be able to revenge kill this immediately after. I do have to be very careful about that potential Belly Drum Charizard, but I think I have enough to deal with it. Doesn't take him out. Okay, so we lose our Guacamole. Sorry, not our Guacamole, our Mr. Coin. So Mr. Coin goes down. I'm running out of win conditions here. Does he have a Ghost switching at this point? No, I can go out into this. What's my next step plays if he goes Rotom immediately after? If he goes Rotom, I'd be forced out and find this flower, and I could Drain Kiss. Okay, yep, that's what I think I'm going to do. His Reaper's going to be able to outspeed this and potentially kill it. And, well, definitely kill it, but... do I Rage Fist or do I Close Combat? Because that's Sneasler's weakened. I just want to check his team. I think Close Combat generally does more here. Yeah, in the off chance he brings Comfy out afterwards. I think Close Combat will be able to take Comfy as I'm running Adamant. But we'll see. So we take out Excadrill. What he has left is Sneasler. Oh, no, he doesn't have Rotom. He has Vendetta. Okay, I'm actually in a better situation since it's Vendetta over Rotom. If he was Rotom, I would have been in a lot of trouble because he could kind of Volt Switch, and I could potentially try to punish it, but it would have been very risky for me to punish it. I have much better punishes to the Vendetta. Oh no, he has Charizard. Why did I Close Combat when he has Charizard in the back? Oh, it's because he goes Charizard this turn and I'm forced to switch out. Yeah, that was really stupid of me. That was really, really stupid of me. I have to go out into my Blood Moon here. As much as I don't want to make that play. It's because he can potentially Belly Drum here. And if he Belly Drums here, I think I potentially lose. Yeah. And he's being very smart and keeping the idea around, so I can't really Drain Kiss as freely with my Comfy. He's playing this very well. Belly Drum, not what I wanted to see, but I didn't really have much of a choice there. He'll obviously take me out here. Wait, Citrus. That's weird. I'm going to Vacuum Wave to try to get Chip and potentially try to play for a Rage Fist endgame. I think that's the only thing I can do at this point. If he reveals he is sub on this, I am cooked. Does very little. Takes me out. I have to go out into Comfy. But if I go Comfy, he can potentially... I don't like the Comfy players. If I go Comfy, I risk him going out into the Undead and getting a substitute off. If he gets that sub off, I think I'm cooked. But I don't have a choice. I have to Drain Kiss, and I have to try to get this into Rage Fist range. I really should have Close Combat on this. I knew the second he brought Charizard, it would be a Belly Drum set. Yeah. I knew that Belly Drum potentially cooked me. I think Annhilape can potentially win endgame. if he doesn't go comfy here. Okay, he's had about half. Hopefully he's in Rage Fist range. Flame Charge. Okay, yeah, Flame Charge game. Flame Charge is game. Unless I like somehow take him out with unless he somehow like misspeeded the Charizard, I lose this. So good game. We fall to, I believe, 4-4, and we're in a situation where we have to win next week to make the playoffs, and which is a little unfortunate. I made a lot of misplays this game. Like I really could have played this much better. I sacked Weavile for no reason, and I completely blanked on the potential. I knew that Belly Drum Charizard could come, but I didn't play around it the way I should have for a potential Belly Drum Charizard. So that's game. See you guys next week.